Yes, welcome. Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to CC Sports Lab. I'm your host, CC. And as you can in the description summarize, we are here to talk about the under 20 program in terms of how the groupings are set up and how the talk about the grouping and talk about the just like the road to the final for our young reggae boys. So can bear with me here, host. Big up Malik. Yeah, man. What we are cook up today, no, my boss? Malik says, CC, what go on? What we are cook up in the lab today? What we are cook up in the lab today was just want to talk about um, the road to the finals, U20 finals, and the road to Paris and road to Indonesia. As you already know, guys, the top four teams qualifies for Indonesia, which is where the World Cup will be, right? And the other teams qualify for the the finalists qualify for the Euro. So the top four teams qualifies for Euro, sorry, qualifies for the Olympics. So what would you would have is the semi-finalists qualifying for the Under 20 World Cup, which is next year, 2023, in Indonesia, and the semi-finalists now qualifying for the round of 16. Olympics in Paris. I'm here talking some form of gibberish right now, and I don't want to be speaking like that. But as I said before, just big up yourself, Malik. I just want to talk about the groupings, and all the schedules and stuff are set up. So just bear with me, right? So basically, um, what I'm going to share right now is I'm going to share the I'm not sure if you guys are seeing, but I'm sharing currently the rules, right? So basically what I'm sharing here guys is the tournament in terms of they said what is here is that Honduras named host for the 2022 Concacaf Men's U20 Tournament Championship. This was published on the 24th of February 2022, and you can find it on concacaf.com, right? The tournament there is a revamped tournament is scheduled for June 2022 and will determine the region's representative at both the U20 World Cup and the 2024 Summer Olympics. The official draw is scheduled for March 3rd. So I will share that information right after I finish sharing this. So CONCACAF has announced, based on the article, that Honduras will host the U20 from June the 18th to July 3rd, 2022, in San Pedro Sula, Tegucigalpa, Honduras. As previously announced, the Confederation Council approved in September 21 a new streamlined approach for this important tournament, which will see the region's FIFA Under 20 World Cup and Olympic qualification processes combined into a single event. So what they're saying is that normally they would have two different championships, but if you this the teams that participate in this basically has two shot at two tournament. So the semi-finalist, as I said, goes automatically to the World Cup, and the finalist, which is two teams, goes automatically to the Olympics. Previously, as it states in the line below, that means Olympic qualification took place through a separate screen Concacaf tournament, which took place during league seasons in the Concacaf region and other part of the world. So this is critical information right here, guys, because if you realize, it says that the tournament typically took place during league seasons. So right now, the fact that it is taking place in the off season means that you have the ability to get professional players. Normally, I don't think you could get professional players for the Olympic qualification, right? But because of that now, you're getting professional players, right? So because you're able to get professional players, right? All right, big up Mali. I'm glad to say I see it. Because you're able to get professional players, I think this under 20 tournament might be one of the more competitive ones in terms of the fact that most of these teams will be able to put out their strongest U20 squad as opposed to previous tournaments where they might have gotten for the under 20 but they never got for the Olympics, because Olympics is not officially like clubs are not forced to release players for Olympic events, so because they are normally held during, as I said, the season thing, right? All right. So this enhanced CONCACAF's U20 Championship will showcase future stars of the region as they compete for the opportunity to qualify their teams to the FIFA U20 World Cup and the Summer Olympics. Basically, this was said by the Secretary Felipe Moggio. We look forward to working closely with our host, the Honduran Football Federation, and they go on to talk about the knockout stage, which begins with the round of 16, followed by the quarters, followed by the semi, and then the final. Further details on the schedule and the draw will come along. So as you can see, and they show the last team down here, I think it is Ukraine who won the tournament the last time. So the dates are June 18 to July 3rd, 2022. O City, San Pedro Sula, Tegucigalpa, Honduras. 16 teams participating in group stage in alphabetical order. So you can see Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Canada, Costa Rica, Cuba, El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, Panama, St. Kitts and Nevis, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and the US. So the 16 teams participating in the round of 16 is the Curacao, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, and the top 3 teams in each of the group, which is 12 teams out of the 16. The number of teams qualifying for the 2023 FIFA Under 20 World Cup are 4, which are the semi-finalists. The number of teams qualifying for the 2024 Olympic Games are 2, which are the finalists. Big up my league for sharing that in and stuff. So share up the live, guys, and we just go through the whole qualification. So the official draw results, the draw will take place on the 3rd at the Concacaf headquarters in Miami, Florida. Fans will be able to follow the event via the Confederation's official app, website, Facebook page, and YouTube channel. For the draw, the top 4 ranked teams, USA, Mexico, Panama, and the rest have been seeded into groups E, F, G, and H. The remaining 12 nations will split into 3 pots according to their ranking as followed, listed in ranking order per pot, and the highest ranked teams in pot 1. So as you can see, the highest ranked teams are in the pots are Costa Rica, El Salvador, Cuba, and Haiti. Then we are Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, Guatemala, and my country, which is Jamaica, is in pot 2. So we're in the second set of rankings. Then we have pot 3, which is Antigua and Barbuda, Suriname, St. Kitts, and Aruba. Teams will be drawn and placed into groups E, F, G, and H in sequential order with no more than one team of each pot per group, which is Group E, United States, E2, E3, E4, Group F, Mexico, F2, F3, and F4, and so forth. At the conclusion of the draw, each group will be composed of 4 teams each. So that was that, right? That was that section. Right here now, I am showing. Yeah. Let's just take a break, guys. Even though I am showing, cause more big up my local, more I want to big up my supporters who are here right now. Big up the man them for coming on the stream. Um, that's USA in the pick. This Chris Richards and them man. Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks Giovanni for correcting me. Jamaica gonna need to rotate. Yeah, I feel so too, you know. Mm-hmm. Ryan LFC, big up my boss. See how forward in. Yeah, see how forward in, my boss. Big up, just like up the stream and share it, my boss. With a game every 2 days, we'll need players that can play multiple positions. Yo, like this is crazy. Like that's true. I was looking at the whole schedule and stuff, and for real, we're gonna need to rotate. So I just walk through. We're gonna need that for through Giovanni. And I really every 2 day, every other day. So we'll get there in the schedule. But right now we're gonna just go through the formalities. Because what I like to do is give an understanding of the tournament overall and then bring persons in. So when I bring persons in for example, I don't want to just dive into Jamaica's group or dive into a group without giving the global picture of the tournament overall. So persons can have an understanding of the tournament. So if you're watching this video after this live, then you would have an understanding of the whole setup in terms of the qualification. So as I said before, all of this information is available on concacafs.com, right? But if you want to go back and watch the video, you can see where I'm sharing the entire information, and you can go and watch the video on your own time and share it. So remember to like, subscribe, and share, guys. One cocoa full basket, that my granny would have say. All right, back to the information at hand. Honduras named host for 2022 Concacaf and stuff. Getting you the information that we. So March 3rd now. Moving on to the draw. Draw reveal groups for 2022 Concacaf Under 20 Championship. Miami, Florida. On Thursday, Concacaf conducted the draw for the 2022 Concacaf Under 20 Championship that will take place June 18th to July the 3rd in Honduras. So they had the draw, which was probably a month or so ago. It's a good while. So this information is not new information, but I'm carrying it's new on CC Sports Lab, right? So right now, cooking in the lab is the under 20 qualification for 2023 World Cup and the 2024 Paris. So on Thursday, Concacaf conducted the draw for the 2022 Under 20 Championship that will take place, right? 16 teams were split into 4 groups as previously announced in the information that I was given before, that they would have had 16 teams split up and use the rankings to put them in pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, and then they would pick from that. With the seeded teams, the seeded teams would go into each pot 1, 2, and into each group, which group E, F, G, and H, which were the United States, Mexico, Panama, and Honduras. After the draw, based on the fact that they had a tournament last year, a CONCACAF championship there were 4 teams that automatically went to the round of 16. So you have Curacao, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Nicaragua, which will not take part in the group stages of this tournament. So they will only take part in the under 60, the round of 16 going forth. So the groups are as follows. Group E, United States, Cuba, Canada, St. Kitts and Nevis. That's Group E. Group F is Mexico, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname. And then Group G is Panama, El Salvador, Guatemala, Aruba. Group H is Honduras, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Antigua, and Barbuda. So that group is ours. Honduras, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Antigua, and Barbuda. So big up yourself, El Pagino. Thanks for checking in into the live. So tell me guys, what do you think about those groups are in terms of our group reveal, in terms of Honduras, Costa Rica, and Antigua and Barbuda. So I'm going to stop share that for a while. Going to pull up. What I'm going to pull up is the schedule, right? So I know you guys eager to see the schedule. So what I will pull up is the schedule. I don't want to, so trying to make the schedule as big as possible so I don't miss anything when I'm discussing it. So what I'm going to share now, guys, is the schedule. So remember to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. You understand? So come check out the stream. So what we are discussing right now is basically talking about giving an overview of the tournament and stuff. You understand? So we just ask for the support, and if you're new to the stream, just remember to subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. So right now I'm going to share with you guys the schedule. So I'm sure. Tell me if you're seeing it, guys. So tell me if you're seeing it and you can see it clearly. Tell me all clearly. Can tell me in the comment section if you're seeing it. Javan said Costa Rica is going to be tough. They won a Central American tournament about 2 weeks ago after beating El Salvador 5-4 in the final, coming from 4-1 down. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's kind of tricky though. If they coming from that, I think the biggest thing about it is though, you have to always kind of respect the teams that can fight back and come from so far down, because at the end of the day that shows character, and that shows a never die character, which you can't necessarily take for granted. But Giovanni, tell me if you are seeing the information that I'm sharing on my screen, because I don't want to I just want everybody to see it, so when I talking about it, everyone can see it and follow. If not, you can like maximize your screen so you're better able to follow the information. So it says zoom in a little. All right. Tell me if you see it. All right. I'll give you. So tell me if that better. Tell me if that better. Good. Zoom in if possible. Check, check, check. Yeah, man. Big up, big up. Bless up, bless up, It's either that or I just take myself off the screen and you guys can see it. Or that's better. All right, big up Jay, big up Jay anyway. That thanks for checking in, guys. I know you're always supporting 1-1 Coca full basket, as my granny would have said. Thank you for checking in. Right, we're up on 20 minutes, and I believe that we have covered quite a bit of information. Right. Yeah, yeah. Bless up El Pagino. I believe that we have covered quite a bit of information on the championship so far. So what we have covered in terms of saying that we have covered so far, to like for those who are just checking in, we have covered information regarding the schedule. We have covered information. Yeah, take us. Uh yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. So what we have covered so far is information on the draw, information on the host. The host is Honduras, San Pedro, San Pedro Sula, Tegucigalpa in Honduras. That's where the host, and the championship is consisted of 16 teams, right? And 16 teams in terms of the group stages, and then you will have four teams who are waiting in the wings in the round of 16. So four teams have already qualified through the championship, right? So there's a championship last year where four teams would have already qualified, which is Curacao, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Nicaragua. So I'm just recapping. And then you would have 16 teams, which is the United States, Cuba, Canada, St. Kitts and Nevis in Group E. And then you would have Group F, which is Mexico, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname. Then you have Group G now, which is Panama, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Aruba. Then Group H now, which is the group of my country, Honduras, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Antigua, and Barbuda. So that is the grouping. The tournament is being held June 18th to July 3rd, and I've named the host already, as I said before. So, wait, man, them there. May I tell you, big up, family, the family. Yo, may I tell you, bro. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for checking in. Thank you guys for checking in. Yeah. You know, so I look like me, I forgot to name the stream, say, yo, 1-1 Coca full basket, because come like every time I'm going to be saying this. But my thank you guys for the support. You understand? I noticed like in the YouTube community, I realized that most of the vloggers, if not all the vloggers, them support each other. You understand? You will see them on other channels. Not everyone carries the same type of content in terms of what they're discussing, but it's a community, right? A community of guys, and then you have girls in terms of Talawa TV. So big up every channel. We big up iMax, we big up the Farmland Sports, we big up J Anyway That Sports, we big up Coaches This, we big up Ryan LFC, we big up I Am Sure Sports, we big up MG Military Gona TV. I think I'm not sure where channel name right now, but we just big up everybody because as we say, each one build one. You see me, we not kill people, we build people. And big up Reggae Boy Essential, big up Reggae Boys coming through, big up every channel. You understand? So we just build people, we not kill people because watch out, the space is big enough for everybody and we are doing thing, right? And this is giving exposure to our small island of Jamaica who punches above our weight. You understand? Nobody can say that we are not a country who not we punches above our weight. Whether it be we are a country that is saying, oh, big up Prince, then they never tell me a channel, bro. Big up Prince and Prince channel as well. Big up Talawa TV for Crystal. Big up Prince channel. Big up everybody channel. Anybody that have never bigged up your channel, they can drop it in the comment section. I'm just big it up said speed. You understand? If I don't know the channel, I've never been on the channel, that would be something strange because I've been on every channel. I'm there on everywhere. You understand? Because what you know, football is something that I love and enjoy talking and discussing and dissecting. So your channel is Comedy Central. I'm not think I might name that man. I understand. Hey Prince Doran put the youth, you know. Yeah, Javan is a Curacao and Dam Rep would be the toughest of the teams that got to the round of 16 already. Yeah, you know, as I say, when I'm discussing in terms of the round of 16, and so we're gonna talk about it. But big up everybody. Prince, we don't go through that already. You go on. J Ross, big up yourself, you. Prince, not even appearing in mind. But as I said, big up everybody. Respect everybody for checking. Everybody have them time. People have them time on them thing. So you have to respect persons for checking in and giving you a time, some of their time, right? In their busy schedule. People they all over the world. Anywhere in the world on there, just keep safe, bless up. Just go and tune into the channel. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. I've not really been that consistent in terms of my YouTube journey, but in terms of my footballing discussion and journey, I've been around on the block. So you know my face and you know what I'm about and stuff in terms of discussion and football. So my passion is sports overall, but what I'm focusing mainly on my channel is football. Jamaica centric, reggae boy centric, Chelsea centric, English Premier League centric, some La Liga centric, but football overall. Anywhere we can discuss and dissect football, but we're kind of centralizing right now and talking about certain type of football game. So as you can see, the guys checking in into the live right now and having a discussion with each other. Blessing up everybody. Because you know that we are one community and everybody know everybody in the space, right? And everybody try to support everyone when they can, if they can, in whatever shape or form they can, right? So yo, bless up for everyone that is checking in. So let us dive right now into the 2022 schedule, right? So that's the section that we're going to go into right now. So the schedule is such, right? I had to zoom up, so bear with me, guys. The group stage. So the group stage is starting on Saturday, June 8th. So match one, you have Cuba versus Canada. So the time hasn't been dropped as yet. So this is the schedule as it is. You can download the schedule on the Concacaf channel, right? So if you want to have the schedule, you can download it on the Concacaf channel. It hasn't been updated with the time as yet. So that's where you might falter because there's no time as yet. But this is the schedule so far. So for the for match one, Cuba versus Canada, and this will be held at the Estadio Nacional. The Estadio Nacional at Tegucigalpa in Honduras. So the Estadio Nacional Tegucigalpa, Honduras, is where the venue for the first match, which will be taking place between Cuba and Canada. The second game is Costa Rica versus Jamaica. Adding a bit of Spanish right there. Yeah, adding a bit of Spanish right there. Yeah. Um, Javon said, good stream, CC, because I wasn't aware of the schedule. I just followed how the female U20 turned out and predicted we would play 80 if we finish third in the group and they finish second. Yeah, man. I'm just here to highlight and provide information. So by me going through and researching and stuff, guys, you can also you can research for yourself, but I will also try to bring the information to you guys. So what I will do is bring the information to you and also inform you of the source where you can go to find that information. So you can find the information afterwards, you can find the information during the stream, you can find the information before. You understand? And we can have a conversation. So I am happy that I could also help you. Flexing is Espanol. Yeah, man, you know, we have to drop in a little bit of Espanol because we are representing the Honduran host nation. So we have to drop it in, but you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Back to the schedule at hand. Yeah. The second match, which is Costa Rica versus Jamaica. Jamaica, for those of you who are on are Spanish personnel watching, and they would have understand. And for you who are English in our country, it is Jamaica. The third match, which it says USA versus St. Kitts and Nevis, this take place in the Estadio Nacional Tegucigalpa, which is the stadium of the Cuba versus Canada game. And the game between Costa Rica and Jamaica takes place in the Estadio Morazon, San Pedro Sula. Estadio Morazon, San Pedro Sula. Then you will have Honduras and Antigua also taking place in that match. So Honduras and Antigua will also have that match. The Sunday, now you will have the fifth match, which takes place between Guatemala, Guatemala and El Salvador. That is Group G, Guatemala and El Salvador. So this also takes place in the Estadio Nacional Tegucigalpa and Estadio. So based off what I'm seeing here, they are using the Estadio Nacional Tegucigalpa and Estadio Morazon San Pedro Sula as the venues for the group stage. Those are the venues that they're using. And then if you dive further down, you will see when we get to it, the Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano San Pedro Sula. Estadio Olímpico, that is the Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano of San Pedro Sula. Yeah, because I've been talking a lot and I haven't been that much hydrated, I might find that I might miss a few of the words, but I'm trying to respect the host nation by pronunciation of the correct pronunciation of their venues. Yeah. Back to the matter at hand. So that is we are now at the sixth match, which is between Haiti and Trinidad. This is take place in Sunday, June 19. Haiti versus Trinidad, and that is Group F. Group F now, Haiti versus Trinidad, and then Mexico versus Suriname. Monday, then you will have match 9 now, which is St. Kitts and Nevis versus Cuba. St. Kitts and Nevis versus Cuba. And then you will have Antigua versus Curacao, Jamaica versus Honduras, and Canada versus USA. So those are St. Kitts and Nevis versus Cuba, Canada versus USA, which is Group E, and then Group H. So what I'm gathering is that Group E and H plays on the same day, and Group F and G plays on the same day. And each game day is every other day. So Saturday when Group E and H plays, then the next day you have Group F and G, then the next day Group E and H, then the next day Group F and G. And as you can see from the schedule, I wouldn't have to read verbatim to tell you which team plays which team. Then Friday now there is a rest day on the 24th. You can also inform me if I'm going too fast or anything that I need to clarify and set up. Just realize you have a chance. Yeah, bro. Just realize so because I haven't been as consistent as I should be. Thanks for checking in. If you haven't, just hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend. We are here, right? So back to the matter at hand. So Saturday now, that's when after the rest day, this now, the 25th is where the round of 16 begins. So with the round of 16 now is where Nicaragua, Dominica, Curacao, and Puerto Rico, those teams jumping at the ball game now, you know? Right now, I saw we're there in the nitty-gritty now. We're going down to the ball game. You get me? So the business end of the tournament. We're down in the business end of the tournament now. So at the business end of the tournament, match day 27, as you can see, it says 2E versus 3G. So what that is saying is the second place of Group E will face the third place of Group G. So the second place from the Group E, which is the group that consists of United States, Cuba, Canada, and St. Kitts, will face the third place from Group G, which is Panama, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Aruba. As I said, the two represents the position. the letter represents the group. The number is the position. The letter is the group. Okay. Tell me if you get that, guys. I know you understand, so I'm just clarifying. I'm just doing this for clarification and showing you. So you will also have 1E versus Nicaragua. So the team that finishes first in Group E faces Nicaragua. Then you will also have the group that the person that finishes second in Group H, which is the group for Jamaica, facing the person who finished third in Group F. And here is where sorry, I was saying that Jamaica can avoid anything. So if Jamaica finishes second, then they play the third place from Group F. Are we saying that Mexico can come third? Well, if you're saying that, then we face Mexico in round of 16. But based off the fact that Mexico, USA, USA, Panama, and Honduras, who are in our group, are the top ranking dog them. Are the top dog them. We would avoid facing Mexico in the round of 16. Right? Because if we come second, we face the third place team. Based on Mexico's performance over previous tournament and Mexico performance leading up to the tournament and Mexico's ranking, we can surmise that Mexico might finish on top of the zone. And if that is the case, if we come second in our zone, we now face any one of the three teams in Haiti, Trinidad, and Tobago, and Suriname. So tell me, guys, how do you rank your chances against any one of those three teams? Trinidad. Let's say Trinidad, they want my boss. But that's what I say. I want to know, guys, how do you rank Jamaica's chances against those three teams? Remember, I know the final squad hasn't been named as yet and as such. But remember that based off what I am sure sports would have reported today, there are 10 professional players possibly to be made available by next week, weekend next week, right? And there are some mouth-watering names, some very, very good players. And if we can like gel them and get them meshed with our players, then we should pretty much do well. We need practice games because a round of 16 exit is looking likely, no matter what the squad. No, that's why I'm saying to you, no matter the squad, but I mean, like, if it is quality of squad, but I'm showing you where we can avoid facing the top. So you're telling me that if we can avoid facing Mexico, we can avoid facing the US. You're telling me that we don't have a chance, then it doesn't matter we going into the tournament. It doesn't matter, guy. It doesn't matter, Giovanni, because that is a scenario. I'm not saying that we should avoid these teams, but I'm saying that we were lucky to be drawn in a group where we have the possibility of not playing them any at all until the semi-final round. Which to me it doesn't matter after the semi-final round because I will take 1 out of 2. What I mean by saying I will take 1 out of 2, it's 2 tournaments that you're qualifying for. The semi-finalist goes to the World Cup, and the finalist goes to both the World Cup and the Olympics. If I can get to the World Cup by virtue of qualifying for the semi-final, I'll take that every day, all day, any day. You understand? What happens in the final, what happens in the semi-final is beyond me. What happens in the semi-final is what we will call it as a bonus. So if we get a whisper on the young EPL player, I'm not scared. That's what I'm saying, Malik. If we can get whisper and we can get all these other young promising players who are professional players. Remember, there are players mentioned who are playing, who would have been playing in England, players would have. You understand? So I'm saying that if we can get these players, and we can get them together, remember that these players are players who are also playing football. It's not like they're not playing competitive football. They're playing competitive football. So if we put them together, get the right strategic plan together, then I think we should do well enough to get to the semi-final. But I'm showing you the road to the semi-final. True, we must. Giovanni says, true, we must be avoiding them because these types of tournaments isn't about winning; it's qualification at all cost. If you make the final, then you go for it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like making the final would be significant, right? But I mean, like making the final is technically like to me we can't even focus on that. We have to focus on on getting through the group and then tackling it from that perspective. But we need at least one game to test our tactics. Yeah, I mean we need at least one game to test our tactics, right? So I mean we can try and get that one game before June the 18th. We can try and get one or two game during this month. Because the tournament is June 18 to July 3rd. So we actually have a little bit over a month. Yeah, a little bit over a month. Yeah. So then now you have Curacao. So then this is the next possibility. So tell me what you think about this, guys. The winner of Group H faces Curacao. So if Jamaica finishes first, again we face Curacao, which is a strong team, but it is avoiding Mexico, avoiding the US. So we face Curacao. So what do you say about that team? Because if we can avoid Mexico and we can avoid the United States, we would face Curacao if we finish first. I'm showing you all the possibilities. All the possibilities. But I'm going to show you, I want to walk you through the possibility of that first part right there. Yeah. So based on what they're saying is this. Ranking as follows. Because Curacao qualified so so Jairus is tagging Giovanni and saying that 80 Cuban TNT need friendlies. Let's see if the JFF can put 1 and 2 together. Maybe, bro. I'm not sure. Don't know why they aren't trying to secure games versus 80 and Trinidad. That would be something that would be able to work out in our favor. So the scenario where we finish second and we face the third place in Group F. Say no, you go to the semi-final round. The semi-final round is saying that the winner of, I'm going to show you the scenario. M30, winner of 32 face winner of 25. Winner of 32 face winner of 25. So the first person who comes first in 25 plays 32. So to me, we don't want to come second. We don't want to come second. If we want to avoid this US state team, second is out, guys. Second is out. Because you see where it says anybody that wins right here faces the winner of 1E versus Nicaragua. And we are assuming that USA will be playing Nicaragua. And we are assuming that the USA will beat Nicaragua and be waiting in the quarterfinal. That means if we win against whoever we play in Group F, is USA quarterfinal that. So now to the Curacao, which is the first place which I was thinking about. The scenario that we finish first and we face Curacao. If we face Curacao, then that's M30. Winner of the match 30 plays winner of 27. So right up here we can look at 27. 27 is the second place in E. The second place in E versus the third place in G. So I think, guys, I would think that finishing first if we can get a past Curacao, we would face who comes second in E, which we could surmise. Say Cuba, Canada, St. Kitts. I probably would take my chances against any of those teams. Versus the 3G, which is anybody that comes second between El Salvador, Guatemala, and Aruba. So so first place is one option where we avoid the United States. Let me say that again. First place in our option where we avoid the United States. Mali said JFF broke worse than dog. Yeah, we have 15 minutes more in the live, guys, because I'm going only an hour. Yeah. And then Mali said that's why we should let the other teams host them. That probably means 80 won't be an option. Easy, third place is always the lucky spot, but we're always in a situation where we're too good for third, but not good enough for first. We should try harder for first. That's the thing, though, bro. I mean, first place, we feel a gun for the first place. Cause I will bet again. I will bet to face Curacao, and whosoever want to come at us at from group ERG. Come at us, bro. Second and third place. Come at us. Remember, say if we win our group, we must can kick in 2 ERG face. So that basically means that if we go through our group and win the group, that's the scenario. The third scenario is where we finish third. So third place in H, which is Jamaica. If we finish third, we face the second place in F. Second place in F again, we'll take that. Sorry, then that is M31. You scroll over, you see winner of 31 face winner of 26, which is 1 in G facing Dominican Republic. So the 1 in G would be Panama facing the Dam Rep. I mean, Panama is a tough outing as well because based on the seeding, you can see they are a tough outing. Anyone, if you look into it though, first, second, and third, based on what I'm seeing here, we can't play Mexico any at all. Mexico is out of it in terms of quarterfinal. The two most difficult options for us is Panama or USA. So which one would you rather to face? Panama or USA? So it's like it's between those two guys. So if we finish first, we face the Panamanians. No, hold on. If we finish third, we face the Panamanians. Yeah. If we finish second, we face the United States. And if we finish first, we don't face either of those guys. So right now, to me, first at the target. Yeah, man, Giovanni. You say you got players playing week in, week out, innit? So we're lucky they want to avoid them. So that, Jaja. Third place looks sticky. Third place is Panama. Second place is USA. As in, remember, this is all hypothetical because the games haven't been played as yet. But I'm just laying the groundwork, the scenarios. So the scenario suggesting first. The algorithm is suggesting first. Everything in our favor is suggesting first. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. The scenario. Yeah, the scenario is that. Then you would have the tournament As I said, there would have been a rest day. Then there's a rest day, and we go on uh, to the semifinals. So we would now be qualified to the World Cup, whatever the outcome is, and then you have the final, which takes place the quarterfinals takes place in June 28 to June 29. Semi-final takes place on July the 1st, and the tournament ends on Sunday the 3rd. So I think because all four semifinalists goes through to the World Cup, they don't play. They're not going to play the game that nobody wants to play. They're not going to play. Yeah, that's what I was sharing. The game that nobody wants to play, which is the third place game, they're not going to play that game. So the tournament is ending on the third. So as you can see, guys, it's not much a very long tournament. Is a compact tournament, meaning that you're playing games every other day, and that means you would have to rotate the squad a bit, and these guys have to be in peak fitness, right? Because you're playing every other day, and I think persons everybody is coping with the same type of conditions, because it's not like everybody is playing everybody will be playing every other day, so everybody has the same conditions. So yeah, that is how it is going to be going, right? So yeah, man. Yeah, like it's a compact tournament of very high importance. Remember, it is a tournament. The key points to remember, guys, is that this tournament qualifies you for two championship. One which is the under 20 World Cup, and the other which in 2023, which will be hosted by Indonesia, and the 2024 Paris Olympics. The Paris Olympics is the under 23 tournament. So once you are qualified for that tournament, then you could bring in three overage players, meaning over the age of 23. And you can also bring in persons between 23. So it depends. So the squad might look different in terms of if we were able to go to the final and qualify for the Paris Olympics. Yeah, Javon, like that's what I want to do. Like get into the World Cup qualifying mindset, set up a good generation for the 2026, and like one of the most successful generation, knocking down tournaments, getting into tournaments. To me, the first priority for us is to like start to get in tournaments from the youth stage, get on into tournaments from the youth stage, then get into tournaments at the senior stage before we start thinking about winning tournaments in terms of like World Cup and winning Olympic medals, gold medals, and those stuff. But we have to start knocking at the doors and getting in, not just knocking at the doors, but getting into the tournaments. So, as a general overview and recap, the tournament will be held in Honduras, San Pedro Sula, Tegucigalpa. They will be using three stadiums: the Estadio Nacional and the Estadio Morazon, both of whom stadium is in San Pedro Sula, Tegucigalpa. Those stadiums will be hosting the group stages. And the group stages, the round of 16 also seems to be taking place in those stadiums. From the quarterfinal up now, you will have the matches taking place at the Estadio Olimpico Metropolitano, also located in San Pedro Sula. One of the stadiums, correct me, I was wrong. Estadio Nacional is in Tegucigalpa. Sorry. And the Estadio Morazon is in San Pedro Sula. The Estadio um, Olimpico Metropolitano is in the Metropolitano is in San Pedro Sula. So that will be the host for the quarterfinal going straight to the final. The tournament begin with you had four teams who have qualified for the round of 16 already. which is Dominica, Nicaragua, Curacao, Puerto Rico. And then you have the teams that are in the group stage. Group E, USA, Cuba, Canada, St. Kitts and Nevis. Group F, Mexico, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname. Group G, Panama, El Salvador, Guatemala, Aruba. Group H, Honduras, Costa Rica, Jamaica, and Antigua and Barbuda. So those are the group, guys. And the 4 teams that will be waiting in the wings because they have already qualified. So thanks, guys, for coming out. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will also get notified whenever I do a video or anything. Mostly I'm doing lives right now because I'm trying to get myself in the groove and find out and make myself comfortable with everything, right? Hey boy, you know easy, you know youth. No, I am sure sports with there, man. You can jump in, you know, my boss. We're not gone yet, you know. We're not gone yet, man. Done. We're not gone nowhere. There, y'all. There, same way. We're not gone nowhere. Then lose again. Say the gangster, they up on the goalie side. Yeah, man, they same way, my boss. Can run through one piece, you know. The streamer just dropped the stream in the comment section. Probably should have done that earlier. All right, they have the great Mannings man from I Am Sure Sports coming on. Big up yourself, Mannings.
See, in the building, where you going?
Yeah, man. Big up winners. Me there, you know, say I'm here like I said, I run off a stream before I go play some football. But me hear some rain out in the background. But we want to head up to the Liberty Sports Park, play one little night ball game. But the game starts 9 o'clock. So I'm probably here till like 7:45. Around about that.
Zine. You don't know now, man, I jump on to give some support, you know. You see me, I watch a thing, but you with it on the road, you know,
yeah.
kids them have training. So
I was just discussing in terms of the the schedule. I'm not too sure if you saw the schedule as yet.
Yeah, man, and I know the schedule on the road that we can take to qualify still. So I've been looking at it, but like me say, you know, there's a Jamaican thing sometimes that we feel like we need to beat people. We need to prove things, you know. Yeah, but we're not realistic. You understand me? We need to. I think sometimes we just need to. All right, how can I get to the World Cup and take the part there? I don't care how you get there as long as you get there. Avoid what you need to avoid.
You know, I think a lot of persons not really look upon the campaigns and before. Even not saying that Jamaica was avoiding anybody in '98 when they qualified for the Senior World Cup, but if you really look at the results, it's not like we were world beat as in beating up everybody. But I think the strategy and the game plan was one of qualifying, and we got there. Anyhow, we got there. So what I say is really and truly. But Mannings man, right now, I look on still though. Like first place to me is one of the best option. Not the only option, but the option which avoids the USA is first and third. But third place putting us up against Panama. Well, Panama is one of the top 4 ranking teams in the region. So maybe in myself, second place you play USA. Because USA would have been playing Nicaragua if they win them group. So right now, tell me what you think about that in terms of which one would you rather? First,
listen, I don't think we're going to my opinion still, we rate Jamaica, but I don't think we can finish first.
Honduras is also a top ranking.
No, man, because we have Honduras, Antigua,
Costa Rica.
And Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica going to top that group.
So I think Honduras second, and we come third.
Because Honduras, I would allow Honduras to be second.
Yeah, because if we can't, you see to me, Mannings.
Yeah.
If we can't win the group, we can't come second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think we can win the group. So what I would do is beat Antigua, draw with Honduras, because I can still. It's not like I'm going, because if I suspect all 3 teams are going to beat Antigua.
Exactly. Man, I know who we have lost. Antigua.
Yeah. So if we, which is what happened, you remember, so this is what one I think that happened with Jamaica in the female side in a CC that I never liked is that our
Yeah, yeah.
last game was Canada, and instead of allowing Canada to beat us, we tried to beat Canada. That's how we end up getting that tough clash with the USA. You know? We could have just rested some of the players. In fact, I think it was in that game one of the better players got injured. The girl named Andreen Smith. You don't want to be in a position like that. So I think we have to play our cards right, and hopefully we can get in a bracket, like I said, that avoid some of those better teams until at least the semi-final.
Yeah. I said Honduras and Giovanni, I said Honduras lost to Belize and El Salvador in the Central America U20, while Costa Rica won it. So Costa Rica is the strongest team in our group. So,
Yeah, and I heard
but
that
man, is this
Honduras
way I
football.
said, and I lie. Go on,
You know
man.
that
Go on.
CC. They said that there's some turmoil in Honduras football still.
Oh,
Yeah, so I mean, just all from the senior team all the way down. Maybe that is what affected the World Cup campaign. So I don't know, but they are the
oh yeah,
host
because
team.
the whole issue during the World Cup qualifying campaign, there was a bag of thing going.
Yeah. But it is being kept in Honduras, so you never know how they're going to turn up with the home crowd and thing.
Oh, yeah, the tour, yeah, because that's the next thing too. That's why I'm saying that because it's a home tournament for them. I was thinking that they quite possibly use that and finish and finish good. But as I said, Mannings, with the girls them, the fact that we are trying to go out there to go prove and try, wall out the Canadians and the possibility end up we run up in the US, which is the best team in the tournament. It's like, to me, I think I rather to play the US in the World Cup.
There you go, sir. I rather don't play them none at all. On female football. If we can win the World Cup without playing the USA, I would be happy.
No, I know, but I'm saying to you that if I am to face them in the World Cup, because I would be
Exactly.
in it. I would be in the tournament. But that's why I say, until no Mannings, you have the best team, you can't run up in a team, brother. Until you have the best team, meaning that on paper and on the field, you cannot run up in a team.
Yeah, I know the example kind of far still, but you know what I like about like boys and girls champs? Like you see the coaches, they measure out how many finals they have to get into, which finals the opponent may not make, which class the opponent stronger in. All right, which class they're going to dominate in, what field event. Yeah, that's how champ works. There is this big planning, so they can tell you how many points they're going to get. So they can. It's like them put
But,
those things in place. That is what I want to see in the football.
but
That kind of planning there.
now I'll give you a drama, Mannings, man. You remember the World Cup that was concluded recently, 2018. 2018.
Yeah, man.
You remember England and Belgium. You remember there was certain matches that if England ended up on the bracket that had France and those teams versus going on the bracket that had they
Belgium.
eventually lost in the semi-final. But remember that
Yeah,
England went on the other side of the bracket where they had the
exactly.
easier route to the
Easier. There
final
you
of
go.
the World Cup. And England ended up into the semi-final.
Yeah.
So I think it was Belgium. And Belgium ended up playing Brazil, even though Belgium won. But Belgium ended up when Belgium wanted the side that England went on. Because if Belgium went on that side, possibly Belgium could have been in the World Cup final.
You have to
But Belgium
strategize,
faced
man.
France and Brazil, which is two tough games to have
See,
back to
it
back.
happened in sports. The NBA, right? Teams used to tank depending on who is coming out of the draft. Why? Because they want a top pick, don't it?
Yeah.
You understand me? NFL team, when they're looking at the player, everywhere it happened in track and field,
But even in the
athlete, no,
playoffs, teams
like
tend to
yeah,
set up a way so them can get a certain matchup because the certain
yeah,
matchup don't you can't
yeah.
beat a certain
Certain
because
athlete
the game
will
is about matchup.
qualify. Yeah, certain athlete will qualify for a race. You remember Warren Weir ran his race a particular way, knowing that it would put him in outside lanes. You remember that? Because he felt he was a better 200-meter runner on the outside lane. So you have to strategize. So I think the U20 coaches need to strategize after they, like, what happened when we play our first game? Based on the result, this is what we'll need to do. After the second game, this is what we need to do to finish X place. That is what needs to happen. And get out of this idea that we want to be the best, so we have to beat the best. Well, you don't have to beat the best right now.
Yeah, I true that, man. Is like the first game, you will know this your game and the next team are gonna play. So by the next day, which is Sunday, when the other groups them are play, that is that group, I think group E, group F and G play on the same day, and a group E and H play on the same day. So you will already know based on that the result that you need. So you have to strategize, and even so to Mannings, man, you realize we are playing on the same day that USA is playing, and all the other group them are set up. So we will know how it end up. To me, it doesn't really sound complicated.
Yeah. So I would let me say CC after the first, because the first game is against Costa Rica, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if we beat Costa Rica, so we beat Costa Rica, and you draw with Honduras, now going in the last game, you can top the zone.
Exactly.
You have to be. You understand me? But if you lose, you have to change up your strategy. I know it's third place. I don't want to be in second. So that is what I'm saying. After your first game, you have to sit down and evaluate the path going forward. How do I
if we win the first game, we know we are look pan. We are look pan say, all right, first place, because if we win the first game, we go second game, and lose, you have to look pan first place now.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
Yeah. So it depends. It all depends, as I say, Mannings, what happens
in the
Costa Rica game.
Yeah.
It's all down to the Costa Rica
like
game.
I say, my challenge with this team is that how a coach prepares players who are not even here yet. I know that at least a couple of the players are traveling, which means that they're probably going to get to, like I said, Jamaica in next week. So,
but I think Mannings,
is there a camp? I mean, I don't know how things are going to go from here. You understand? Everything is kind of very cloudy.
The tournament is June 18, right? So I'm figuring that June 18. So I'm thinking that by June 13, we should be in Honduras.
Yeah.
Which would be the Monday. So he said June 13. So we have a month from now to actually be in the country. So I think what we do in the month where we have right now is crucial. What we have right now, like a month from now, is crucial. In terms of when the players come and you assess and you set up, I think if we can get 3 games together, right, before we can go down there, then that is where we have to go try. And if we neighbors them like Haiti and Trinidad, them want a couple game, we have to go try to figure out that. It's just that the problem is to going back and forth and flying out and flying in. But to me, it depends on where you want to fly from. You understand? Because to me, if we get games against Trinidad, and Haiti, one of them host it, and anywhere we go, we'll fly from there.
Hey, the Caribbean disorganized, football, Listen.
And that's not a problem,
Let me tell you this. You see, I don't really like how certain things that used to happen when you had like the captain Burrell and the Jackwan and those guys. But here's the thing. These guys would have probably put on a tournament for the U20s. I look a 3-team tournament or a 4-team tournament just to prepare. Yeah. You see that happening in Central America. Why the Caribbean? Like that is the next thing with the Caribbean now work together like how South America work together,
Watch out, we have what? We have Trinidad, we have Haiti, Antigua and
Antigua.
Barbuda. We could have
Yeah,
keep a tournament.
that's what I'm saying. There could
We
have
keep
been a
a
4-team
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah, we have all the local complex. So anyway, the Oris Bowl, something that come.
Listen, what they could have done is, where is flight cheaper to leave from to go to Honduras and play the games there and then leave from there to Honduras. For example, if it is cheaper to leave from Antigua, then play the tournament in Antigua. If it is
Yeah,
cheaper to leave from Jamaica, play it in Jamaica. If it's cheaper to leave from Trinidad, play. You understand me?
man, you see
Wherever.
Them Caribbean not serious about to go out to no World Cup. To me, we should be implying maybe the West Indies is not a good example, but maybe we should be implying something similar to the West Indies. Even though the West Indies is one team in terms of different Caribbean countries, we should imply a strategy like that. Each of us is trying to go to the World Cup. If a Caribbean team makes it to the World Cup, kudos to the Caribbean team. If two makes it, I biggest news that in the Caribbean. So like to keep a tournament that gets us ready to face those teams. The South America, the Central American teams are doing it to face us. And the South
Yeah.
American teams are doing it to face whosoever they're facing. And I think the South Americans play each other.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not South
look,
American.
look,
And the Central American do it like
drama,
the
man,
Central
man.
Americans will do it. Like
Exactly.
the Honduras, the El Salvador, the Nicaragua, the Costa, they will play tournaments in those areas. See, seeing that still at Honduras, lost to Belize and El Salvador, that's Central America. That's Central America playing. So they
Yeah,
are preparing.
right here when him say, yeah, man, they are preparing mannings. But I think you hit the nail on the proverbial head, because I'm saying that Mr. President is like, where is the linkage between the presidents in the Caribbean? The Caribbean, remember we play Caribbean tournaments, we play Caribbean Cup. All the thing is we have rivalry, yes. But the goal is to qualify a Caribbean team or Caribbean teams to the U20 World Cup or even the Senior World Cup. Because man, this is an idea that you're talking about. A big thing. By somewhere or some other, we have to do these things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That we have to do that. We cannot be entering tournaments, and it can't be for all of the things. There's no exactly. We don't cooperate. All right. You remember how many games USA and Mexico played during the last Nations League together? Like there's always games. I know they get a lot of fans. I'm saying that Jamaica and Trinidad are big rivals. How does it hurt us if we play one game in Trinidad, one in Jamaica?
I mean, play them regularly.
The Reggae girls are going Haiti, Trinidad, and Jamaica in different groups going to the last stage. You are telling me that they are going to Mexico after that. If the flight from Trinidad to Mexico is cheap, or the flight from Jamaica to Mexico is cheaper, play a three-way tournament. Let the teams come to Jamaica. One use Captain Horace Burrell. Schools will be out. One can camp up by UE. One camp over by UTech. And then play a tournament. And then them charter from there and go away. So invite them to come to Jamaica and play. You understand me? So it's not just a game, but a training camp in preparation. And them all fly out and go away. Unless you're going to go into Europe and play against some European. Because even the female team need the preparation. So I'm saying some of these things, maybe Trinidad, I don't know. But we have to work together as a Caribbean people.
Man, it is a poor sight, man, because if like you been a call feet and stuff, man, it's a poor thing, man. It's a poor thing, man. Because as I said before, why we can't work together as a Caribbean team? See, one wanna say for sure something needs to be done. Playing against Caribbean teams is better than nothing, but Caribbean teams are not good enough to call that adequate preparation. It's better than what we have now. Yeah, but watch our own one. At the end of the day, to me, if we play each other continuously, eventually the standard will raise, because guess what? Remember that we have players who play in Europe coming into our squad. I assume that Trinidad will have players coming from Europe as well, because it's not like a Jamaica one have players certain place. So I'm assuming that these teams in the Caribbean will have players of quality coming out of USA, coming out of Europe, So that means if they're facing each other on a year-to-year basis, because remember that the U20 tournament is biennial, and even the Olympics is quarterly. So one is biennial, which is every 2 years. One is quarterly, which is every 4 years. So if you look at it like that, it's developing the Caribbean as a whole. Because even going further, when we play against like a European-based outfit or anything, but it's developing the Caribbean as a whole. Go ahead, man.
No, man, you're right, man. But what I'm saying though is that I hear what Wun is saying, and I agree with that. You know, if you can get better teams, play them. But at the same time, in Concacaf, you may not be able to play Mexico. Those teams are like those teams probably won't play you because they don't need to, because they're not in the same way we are saying that we are better than like the Trinidad's. So we shouldn't play them. We should play tougher opposition. America and Mexico probably thinking the same thing about Jamaica. We don't play Jamaica because we're better than you. We want to. You understand what I mean? So they are going to play tougher opponents. We need to play, but in the event you can't find those, player who is in front of you, because some of these players have never played, especially at the U20 levels. Some of them probably never play a game outside of Jamaica. They need that experience. They need a professional experience. I remember Paul Hall, in one of his early things, you know, one of the things he said, he said this, that people don't understand that you can be even playing in a top league and struggle in Concacaf because you're not used to it. And he was saying that they need to, that the players need to come in early to get used to playing in Concacaf because it's completely different than playing in England. So even some of these players, it is unfair to have them come in late and don't have a practice game in the region and just throw them into the competition.
Yeah.
You can probably do that with senior players, but I don't know how wise it is for junior players.
Yeah. But look at even something there I say, one again I said that could be true. Regular games could raise the standard before a tournament. We should know where we are. I don't think Caribbean teams would understand me, but I'll just run through them things with them guys. I say, if you play a team we can beat 5 or more, what do they learn from? Look at Omar Fowling, that's the problem. You notice the same thing that we're saying right here is what you just highlighted in the comment. You're saying that if we play one team we can beat 5 or more. How do we know we can beat the man them 5 or more? Because right down here, I see where's the comment? There's a comment right here. Giovanni was saying that here is of the information that the Trinity coach was talking about players from Germany, Arsenal, and Spain. So if the Trinidad coach is saying that he's getting players from out of Europe, right? You could have just write England still not Giovanni versus Arsenal. Could have just write England have Arsenal from a stream.
Big side.
But Mannings, right here and then, that is why what I'm saying. Teams in the Caribbean are getting players from Europe as well. Who are us to be looking above the teams? Just like I said, Mexico might looking below us and I say, oh, when I want to play Jamaica. Remember that the Gold Cup, even the Gold Cup, the man them not really, like a lot of pundits look on the Caribbean teams in the Gold Cup away and talking as if it should be scrapped. So if playing against each other when each other is getting talent from around the world, might end up being a good thing for us. One again saying it might be hard to measure the areas you are short in without higher level of competition, bringing the possible inadequacies to the surface. But as I said, one to me, play who's in front of you. If you can get other players to play, then you play them.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, see that. But even so too, we have other reasonable players on paper to play a warm-up match. But that's just the thing though. As Manning suggested, a mini tournament can't hurt. To me, it can't hurt. And the thing is by anyone. So the mini tournament assists everybody. And then the next thing is, as Manning said, these players have not played in Concacaf conditions. Have not played on these pitches. So imagine if even Mannings, if they bring them to a next country and make them play in that environment, that type of atmosphere, the climate, the weather, all of them things there. You have to take into consideration. The worst thing about it is too, the tournament is every other day you play. So the 3 group game, you play the Saturday, you play the Monday, and then you play the Wednesday.
I will say this, right? If you check the record between Uruguay and Jamaica, rarely do teams like Uruguay and Paraguay like beat us. A lot of the games are like 0-0, 1-0, 1-all. Check the stats. So sometimes these teams know they get good competition from Jamaica in friendlies. That is and that is the thing, See,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you want to play. Um, you want to play tough teams. You want to play big teams, but you understand me. At the end of the day, is who are the teams available? Yeah,
Oh, but all right, Martins, there's a next scenario because I mentioned it earlier on the stream, saying that this is the first qualification tournament in which will be because of the double header in terms of qualifying for the Olympics and qualifying for the Under 20 World Cup.
yeah,
It is held in the off season. Normally, the qualification for the Olympics is held during the league season. So what
yeah.
that means is that you have access to professional players because before
Exactly,
you wouldn't have
exactly.
access to those players. So to me, it is going to be probably one of the more difficult qualification tournaments. But based on what I read and I may surmise, I say basically this seems to be one of the more difficult tournaments.
Yep.
I say practice is practice. It's better than no practice. Yeah, Javon, practice is better than no practice at all. You understand? But I mean, there's a lot of ideas and a lot of things that a lot of persons we can come up with. But I remember I said something, man. It's even though the stream is about the whole qualification and stuff, because I'm probably still in the stream. But
Yeah, because me have to run because you don't know me have to show the man some love because they always support me, but me
yeah,
have to
man,
run.
Giovanni, no, LP chat, yeah, fresh God. Me not try to bring everybody comment in, man. Help each other get better. Yeah, remember some my crowd is kind of small right now, so we can bring in everybody. Help each other get better, yeah. No, I'm not jump past the comment about my bro. Remember say yo, I want link, man. But you can't college, so I want link. So as me say, manins, I was saying in terms of this tournament, in terms of this tournament, it's one of the tournaments that is being held in the off season. Qualification is being for 2 tournaments, and the process to me is one which will be much more difficult than the other war.
And this is why I am saying that CC right now Jamaica should send for the players from up because all the competition is in England are basically finished.
Yeah, man,
So,
that's yeah.
so bring them in, let them come in.
Everything
From
kind of finished now. Even
yeah,
the women something the Super League, everything.
yeah, bring
And just
them
the
in.
man them seeing them in them a play.
So even the reggae girls, the reggae girls could have been in Jamaica now, because the Scottish league finished, the
Yeah,
women's
man.
league,
All of
yeah,
the female league them finished.
Hungarian league
Jew
is
probably
finished.
could have there right now because I think Jew.
Yeah,
The only thing is that I
Joe.
think Jew's tournament is finished, but Jew supposed to go on a different team because it was her last game in Chelsea
I, I,
the other
I
day.
think Joe going to retire, man.
So to be honest, man, is like me think that I go on.
I think I retire, she retire, man. I think she decide that, listen, this is it. I'm going to go to the World Cup and end my career on a high.
Yeah, me think that I go on because based on
Sometimes in sports, you have to give up sports and then focus on family. I think that's where she's at still. I could be
I
wrong,
think
but
that, but
yeah,
say anything possible because I think she's playing at Chelsea for 14 year, 10
yeah.
year, 11 season. Yeah. She have multiple titles. Then win 3 titles back to back. It's like she has done what she can say. Oh, she achieved most and stuff in her career. So
Yeah.
as you can summarize, I think that is where she's going. I will may not say, oh, I want to do a stream with her, but I think that's where she's going. But right now, I think her mind is focusing. It's a good and a bad thing. A good thing in that our mind to me right now is solely focusing on helping us
To
qualifying for
get
the
it,
World Cup,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
a good thing. So she don't have no Me I play for one club. What we are going to do in the half season? Her mind right now to me locked into trying to get us to the World Cup. So that I would say is a good thing on that part and leave it at that. But what I was saying is, man, is while we end the stream is that I want to always say to others that suggestion and everything that we have for the JFF and thing. I was suggesting this to somebody the other day, say that if you have 14 parish or 13 confederation, I don't know how you put it, and each of us are somebody, anyone joins in the FAs or their communities, and like you have 10 persons, you probably end up with like say you have 100 persons, then you become somebody in the FA who owes a vote. Then you're in the position of change. So if we want,
Here's the thing, CC. You see, if you get involved, some of these same people are going to say, see it, a long time you tell us, say, I work with the JFF, them and that. The same people who say that you need new faces, you know. You see, if you get involved and Fresh God and one get involved and me get involved, a long time you tell. So the same people who cry out for change sometime are the same people. I say, go with Jesus, you know.
yeah,
Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. And next week, the people them say, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. Brethren, the people need to know what they want. Because when people get involved, it's the same people criticize them.
yeah. No, but man, that's the thing though. That's the thing though. Me kind of though. You see, if I at the time, because the other day I was saying this, that we JFF need, first gotta say true. I was thinking that we need, and people bash my feet and stuff. I say, oh, JFF need like a liaison officer, right? The person that our logistics coordinator, and I was saying that person is responsible for the traveling or the movement of the various
Yo,
national teams. Also,
CC, me have to run still, but me tell you this. You see, it's one I think we need to get out of the culture and the football is, you have some people in Jamaica. You see, if you say, all right, I want to come in and help, and you see, boy, see, I can't try back food out of man mouth, you know. So then, boy, that's the end. That is part of the problem, brother. You
part of the
know, how
problem
many
too.
persons like you and me and other people out there who could help. But you see, the man we get $10, even though you come for free, you know, you only want to hear say you forward to take the job, you know. In a female is that. See, I come back to the my mouth, you know.
Yeah.
You
To be
understand
honest,
me?
no manins. To
I
me,
saw people
if me
say,
go in there, I only want like then cover my expenses. For example, depends
me I
on where
tell
me I go.
me I tell you
I
because
don't want a salary, brother.
I could have gotten involved in a more and really be a help. But as soon as you turn up, brother, people going to start, me I tell you, people start thinking you come there for box so that their mouth. You come, listen, what happened when a man, they a place and every weekend he might go home, he might take a little tin of milk and he might take a little, you know, pound of flour and he might go home and thing. And you come in now as a new supervisor, you know, the first thing in I made him say, you're the man then bring in new supervisor, you know, to stop man cause they don't know say man a hustle and yeah, come in, come stop. So you know what they try to do? They try to keep you out of the system. So you have that set of people in the system who feel like you can back food out of them mouth, you can stop them hustle, they want it out. Then you have the spectators now who themselves go help. When you go help, them start call you corrupt too. So
Yeah,
you
man,
wonder
them
if
say,
it is
oh,
worth it.
boy, see, a long time, you know. You might take a red pill.
Eh?
A fox, yeah, that man is a fox. But you don't know. Without the end of the stream, people say, oh, thank you for coming in. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tell a friend. We are trying to grow the thing. But a real talk, man, is, but to me, the people them for just get that out of the culture, brother. People with they are as young, intellectually, capable individuals, everybody in the space. Like I've had conversation with some of the most knowledgeable persons in the game, are around the game, on this space. You understand? So to me, like this is one of the things that I say them lose out on mannings and yeah, Africa and utilize people who are like mannings. I want to know say yo, to me, my life is about the other day I said to my friend, my life is about giving back and knowing that I do something to help the generation that is coming after me. Because we see all the generation I go. Me, I look upon things I'm in our position where I can tell I see a youth in my community and see an opportunity and put him in the opportunity. Not wanting anything from him, but giving him taking the possible proverbial gun or trigger out of his hand and putting a book or something that welding machine in his hand. So that is how we see things. So even to help the program and help the future footballer or help the future anything, we can always do it. But remember to like, share, and subscribe. You are watching CC Sports Lab. I'm your OCC. Bless up Mannings. Bless up Woon. Fresh God, everybody. Jay, anyway, that sports who came in earlier. How they here? Good amount of persons. Omar, Fowling, Giovanni. Yeah, man, Giovanni from Outer East. Yeah, one. You know, there all if I comment. Wayne Harris. I am
Hey,
sure
see,
sports.
yeah,
Remember
man.
to like, share, subscribe.
See, me running out because me have a,
Yeah, man.
you know, me
Bless
have
up
the
yourself, man. When I
8:45.
start
Yeah,
try to
man.
heal up
Bless
the
up.
people in my
Yeah, man.
places. Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. So everybody, that was I am sure sports. Blessing up, passing through upon the lab. We're about to close the lab, you understand? So Prince Kevin, big up yourself. Um, Big up yourself, everybody. J. Ross, Malik Mills, big up yourself, Malik. Get what I say? Big up yourself. I remember to go over to the other YouTubers' channels, like, subscribe, and share. You understand the man, the always I bring the news, them bring everything. Everybody have a different perspective and an approach. However, everyone means good, in my opinion, on the platform. So just thank you guys for all the support you have been giving me so far, all the subscriptions so far, um, the comments. I've been reading through the comments. I've been trying to like assess what I should do correctly and what I've done wrong. Um, Cause you know we need help now. We are gonna get better now with the community. We are stronger, and we started the day at 114 subscription. We are now at 118. So remember to share, like, subscribe. Thank the 4 persons who have subscribed to my channel. Bless up, bless up. Looking forward to more people coming on board. Bless up on yourself. Have a great day, everyone. Open up water. You understand? Open make sure open on the tank. I mean, rain a fall. So now have to make sure you get water. Cause remember, say NWC a protest. You understand? But people them need their money, and we understand. You understand? So like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, tell a friend. CC Sports Lab. I'm always CC and I'm out. You get what I say. Bless up. One cocoa full basket. That my granny say.